Hello, everybody. I know I'm like 35 minutes late. Also, my messy living room. Hi. Sorry. I want to make sure that I'm live. Hold on. Why won't you work? There we go. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's get this going. Hey, everybody. Sorry that I'm very late, but I was with my family, and I didn't want to leave early because I don't get to spend a lot of time with them. We're having a really good time. So, hi. Give me 1 second. Maybe I could ask Riley to do it for me. Give me 1 second to get a little more comfortable. I'm here, I swear. I just want to be a little more comfy with my sweater on. Excuse me. Excuse me, Finley. Thank you, ma'am. What? I'm here, I promise. I'm here, I'm just putting my comfortable sweater on. Riley, do you know where the comfortable sweater is? Never mind. I'm just going to put this on. Hi, y'all, I'm here. I'm just getting cozy. Just getting cozy, that is all. How's everybody tonight? I swear, I'm here. I swear to God. Okay. I'm about ready. Just wanted to be comfortable. Okay. I'm here, everybody. I'm here. Just put my pajama shirt on. Okay, so tonight we are finishing part 2 of the wildness that was last night, which is Ray Ray and some Elomir guy. Playing Pokemon, that's so fun. Thanks, Riley. Okay, so sorry that I'm very late. Again, was with family, didn't want to rush, and I let y'all know through my community tab, so thank you, thank you, thank you. I did give you a heads up on Instagram and my community tab. Y'all are the best. I am late, yes, but I let you know in my community tab that I might not even do it tonight, but I was with family and I did not want to leave early. We were having such a good time, and they mean a lot to me, so okie dokie. I am now looking. There it is. Hold on. Okay, so I think we were right about here. I'm going to start it at this point.
Keep the prospect in.
I'm going to start it at this point, and we'll go from there. So let me know how it sounds as we're watching. Okay? Okay.
In power and you out of power.
Like, is there an echo?
Okay. So what would the postured person do?
Okay, it's perfect. So he was just talking about power. He hates not having control. Y'all can hear me, right? Yes, Rose, I think it's you because it seems like, no offense, I think that sounds rude. I think it's your sound because other people can hear me. So, yes, I was with some of my family tonight, my in-laws.
Right? So here's what I did. He said, I tried a bunch of these things and none of them ever worked. And I said, well, what makes this any different? You tell me. What makes this time any different? And he wasn't ready for that. He's like, well, I'm really coachable. See, posture in prospecting equals fun. It's fun. It's not a drag. It's not a stress ball. And so he said, oh, I'm coachable and, I really need to make some money. I'm like, oh, okay, great. And so we can continue. And so we continue. And then he tried it later on, the same call, he tried it again. So this, if y'all don't remember last night, this is where Ray is showing us. Okay, Rose, I'm glad that, I hope it's worked out for you. I hope you're able to hear. Glad that you're here. So last night he was talking to us about this story, which, by the way, I don't even think it's true. Maybe it's true, but I feel like it didn't go. We talked about it last night where Ray is like a half truth. I feel like is what he does, and so everything he does is kind of with a half truth. And here he's telling us how much he hates not having control.
So I hate that word, coachable. Yeah, like I think it is valid in many forms, you know, when using coachable, but for MLMs and stuff like that, it's just not. Like coachable, like being able to learn, and, you know, like basketball, I got most coachable because I improved the most, I guess, or something. Like I did that like in middle school or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think that in some instances it's fine, but in this instance it's not, because it's all about manipulation. So we know that Ray Ray hates not having control, and here we are, listening to him say that. Being late ended up perfect for me. I just got home from the hospital. My brother and sister-in-law were hit by a drunk driver. Oh no! They were hurt, and my precious 6-year-old niece. Oh my God, Jamie! I'm literally so sorry. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know if you want me to continue to talk about it, because I cannot imagine. Holy shit. Well, please know that I'm sending you the most love that I possibly could from wherever I am. And I'm very, very, very sorry. And I'm so happy I could be a distraction that you need. Lots of love to you, Jamie. I'm so horribly sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. I'm going to continue just so I can be that distraction that she needs. And yeah, let's keep going.
He tried to take the power, and he said, well, tell me about the comp plan. And I said, did you know the comp plan of those other companies? And he said, yes, I did. And I said, well, I guess it didn't matter.
What's wrong with him asking about the comp plan? We talked about this last night, but for those of you that weren't here, there's literally nothing wrong asking about the comp plan.
It's fun. Shouldn't be stressful. Stop stressing. Understand this. There's more of them than there are of you. And what I mean by that is there are more people with problems than a solution. See, you have a solution, right? People can solve a lot of things from what you represent. They can solve money problems. They can solve health problems. I don't know what other things, you guys got cooking, but they can solve.
Jamie, I just want to let you know, you are not bringing any of us down. At least not me. We are here to support you in whatever way that we can. And if that's by distracting you, I'm happy to do that, because I'm a talker. I could talk all night. So you are not bringing anybody down. We are here to lift you up in whatever way that we can.
A lot of problems by what you know, and they have problems they don't know how to solve. This guy doesn't know how to make extra money. No clue. But I could show him how. I have a solution. He does not. So why do we get so tangled up when they're skeptical? It's like, whatever, man, whatever. Another example. Oh, so posture, right? Just you knowing what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. I'm not dancing for them. When they pull these little power grabs, I'm just like, oh, whatever, right? And
you mean when they ask a question that you got to answer to that is not something that they want to hear? It's not a power grab. It's literally just asking questions that make sense. Oh my goodness. Wow.
And so let's go to position. So position, again, falls underneath pipeline. And
so we're moving on to position. But before we do, I want to read this from Natasha. Natasha said he thought he did something there. He basically just said their disclosure statement is the same, which is likely pretty true. And he acts like that's not a problem. Ridiculous. And he acts as though the person asking about the comp plan and stuff was like a power move. It's not. He's just asking what it's like. So weird. Not a pipeline pyramid with 3 legs.
Position, if you're really frustrated with your prospecting and talking to people, it's probably because you don't understand position. So position is the knowledge of where is the prospect? Where are they? Where are they in the process? And so most people, frustration comes when speaking to other humans. It comes when you're trying, they're disjointed in your offer to where they are. Right. So if you go to your friends and say, hey, you should totally join my team. It's awesome. You make money and stuff. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Right. They're out of position.
This is so well said. Ray Ray seems to have an inferiority complex. Yeah, absolutely.
So position 0 is, I don't know anything about their level of desire for what I'm doing. I don't know if they want to make extra money. I don't know if they're open to it. I don't know anything, right? And so that's position 0. And you need to assume that everyone's at position 0. You don't know if they're open to taking a look at the product or the opportunity. And so step 1 is find out if they're open. Hey, are you open to taking a look at what I'm doing to make some extra money on social media? They might say no. Okay, great, no problem. Cool. You don't then try to convince them to just give me your credit card, because that's out of position. That doesn't make any sense, right? And so this is, it should be basic, but it's not. And you'll have a network marketer come in and they go to their friends and say, hey, you should join my team and buy my product. I helped you move in college. And they're like, what the hell is that? Is this a friend tax? Like, what are you talking about, man? And then that network marketer will go online and say, my friends are toxic, right? You're asking for money. You're asking for commitment. You're asking for time before you even know if they're interested at all. You're toxic. They're not toxic. Would you ever buy a lumber yard and then hard pressure your friends to buy a 2x4? Hey, get down here, get some plywood. Well, I don't think I need any. Come on, man. Come on.
He's being so weird right now. And Tosh says, it's almost like someone who's starting a job would like to know what they're going to be paid for the work that they're doing. You can't do that, right? I know. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Yes. He sounds like he's making up as he goes along. Yeah, he does. Could you imagine if you're asked about raises at a job interview and the interviewer said, well, knowing about raises in your previous job didn't help you get any, did it? Oh, but that's kind of what he did. Oh, wow. I think Ray Ray just takes any moment he can to just like stick it to the man. Like that's his goal. Anytime he feels like he's in a position of not having the ball in his court, he just tries to stick it to the man because he hates feeling that way, is what I get. A position is exact location you are located in with your overall scheme. In other words, are you the creator of the scheme or were you recruited in? Yes. They literally teach them to go after anyone they knew ever for the purpose of money. Exactly. Rose says, you're toxic. Babe, that's the pot calling the kettle black if I've ever heard it. Yes. 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 We love that. Honestly, what the fuck is he talking about? To be honest, I don't know. Someone said earlier, Patricia said earlier, it sounds like he's making it up as he goes along, which I feel that way too. Like I feel that he's doing that right now.
On. I bought Girl Scout cookies from your daughter. Get down here. No, that would be so strange. But people do it in network marketing literally all the time. And then they say their friends are toxic. How dare they? Right? Silliness. Position. So here's the number one thing to know about position. It will change your results. It will absolutely change your results. It's a game changer. And that is, in the absence of progress, fall back on position. Okay. And I'll demonstrate. I'll give you an example because sounds a little weird, right? In the absence of progress, when I can't move forward, I fall back on position. Okay. So I'm gonna give you one scenario, one example. I recruited hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that hated the video. So I have a company video.
Then change the video. It probably sucks if that many people hated it. Natasha says, if you say anything that I don't agree with, then you're toxic, babe, right? That's the vibe I get with him. I've heard of faking it till you make it, but lying it till it becomes true is beyond me. Yeah, that's well said. This all sounds weird, right? Like, it's like he tried to be innovative. Like, I feel like he said everything that he could possibly say ever, because they all say the same thing. And he's like, I want to try to say something the same, but differently. This different is like not making any sense. He's trying so hard with this freaking analogy. True. Jamie said, let me not slack on my normal job while in the chat. Y'all don't forget to do the YouTube. Oh, Jamie, you're so sweet. Don't forget to do the YouTubey things. Lots of love, Jamie. Thank you so much. You know, the liking and the subscribing and the commenting and all that good stuff. Appreciate it. If you have the ability, I would love for that to happen. If not, no worries. Rachel said, this dude is screaming. He's not going to take no for an answer. Scary. Yeah. Also, look at this pause. Sorry. Might be not great for Ray Ray. Someone able to be funnier than me on spot, please give a pause story. Look at this man. Yeah, let's see pause story. Let's do some pause stories tonight because last night we got some good pause stories out of God, these pauses. Pause story. Lauren says, just listen to what I have to say and do it. Very much so. Very much so. I wish I could read what they are saying in the chat. They have to be confused. They do. And you know what? Hold on. I did it a different way where, okay. So what time are we at? I'm going to do it in a way that you can read the chat. I did it differently last night. So we're at 36:37. Wow, that's a weird thing to be at, right? Okay. So the way I did it was I went to my Google Drive and opened it. And that way everyone could see the chat and I could speed it up a little bit. So let me do that really quick for everybody. 36:37. All right, let me get there.
Video.
Okay. I'm going to set it on playback speed as 1.25. And now I'm going to share my screen. Pause story. I'm choking you. Pause story. If you don't listen, I'll shake you like a rattle. Let's see. Yeah, that's very much what he looks like. It's kind of scary, to be honest. Okay. So, okay, I'm back. I'm back here. Thanks for the distraction. Needed it. Rough night. Oh, it seems like everyone's having such a hard night. Like, you know, some horrific things have happened, and some people just having bad days. And oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. Maybe we'll watch some cute, funny dog videos or something later. If y'all would prefer that, let me know. Pause story. Be a product of the product. I don't know if that's how you like would actually voice it, but I gave it a little on it, you know? Felt it was good. Felt it was valid.
I send them company video. They say they hate it. Sad face.
Most people would be like, great. Upline, Michael, Amanda, come on, man. The video needs to be better. Come on, guys, step it up, man.
That's what most people would do. They would complain about the video because they think the video is the problem. In the absence of progress, fall back on position. Okay, so
the video might actually be the problem, Ray. Maybe your video sucks and you need a better video if it's that bad. Like, the marketing in this is important. Yeah. Oh, there's an echo. Is there an echo? Y'all let me know. Because I'm not pause. My mic isn't pause. I don't want to like mute it while he's talking, but if I have to, I will. He thinks he is so profound. So true. But yeah, the video, he's like acting like his video is not the problem, but when in fact, yeah, actually it might just suck that bad. It might actually be the issue. Or people just don't want to fire a lip and do it. Oh gosh, sorry. I'm trying to fix some. There we go, my Apple Watch stand. Why is he so animated this? I have no idea. It's bittersweet feeling for everyone to be having a hard time, but it feels comforting to know I'm not alone, feeling not well right now. Yeah, trust me, you aren't. Pause story. This is how much I care. Oh my God. That is so good. That is so good. Look. Hold on. I wonder if I do this. Hold on. Can I like, I don't think it's going to let me. Okay. It won't let me, but I was going to zoom in and this is how much I care. Look at his fingers. Such a good pause story. It's so good. Andrew said, I needed this tonight. Found out my professor forgot to tell us of a huge project due tomorrow. Listening to this while working on it. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Geez, I hate that. Yeah, I have lots of homework and studying to do, but I've tried to do the best I can at it. I don't know. I'm working on it. Pause story. The amount of people that are successful on MLMs, y'all. It's a finger for me. Look at the fingers. That is too good. That is too good. I needed this too. I'm sick, and this has been able to get my mind off it. Well, I'm glad that y'all are here. Pause story. This is how I make my puppets dance. Y'all, the fingers. Hold on. I gotta screenshot this because I've gotta use it. I'm this close to losing my shit with his fingers. So good. It's so good. Okay, sorry. I had to have that moment and screenshot it. Okay.
I mainly just had to get someone to watch the video. Because if you're willing to watch a video, you're looking for something.
Good pause story.
And that's what I'm going to speak to. And so I would say, hey, you open, take a look at what it is that I'm doing, making some extra money. Sure. Great. I got a video that does a better job than I could do of explaining it. Want me to send that over? Great. All right, here it is. Hey, what'd you like about it? Oh, I hated it. It sucked. This is the worst thing ever. I hate your guts for even sending it to me. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yikes. Well, I guess the question is, what were you hoping to see? What were you hoping to see? That question is maybe tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. What were you hoping?
Okay, pause story. Also, okay, all right. I gotta send some positive vibes in. We love positive vibes. But we appreciate negative too. It's fine. We are not toxic here, but we do want some positive vibes tonight. It's been it seems like everyone's struggling tonight. That's fine. Except this is about to be so cute because I pre-read it. I'm here tonight after putting my baby to sleep and discovering he thinks the sound of a zipper is hilarious. I love when babies, it's echoing for you. Okay, I'll make sure to mute myself. Sorry. Thank y'all for letting me know. I love when babies think that the simplest things are just flipping hilarious. You know what I mean? Because they have that really hard baby laugh. It's so cute. Echoing for me. Maybe he took extra coffee with the Elomir. Maybe. Also cute baby giggles. I know, they're so funny. Okay. This is how much I grown this year. My ego is this big. His ego's much bigger than that, but I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna mute myself so that I won't echo. Thank y'all for letting me know.
Hoping to see. And I've never had them say something crazy. Well, I was hoping to grow my arm back, right? I was hoping I could pour it out back and Bitcoin would spew like a fountain to the heavens. I've never had them say something crazy. They've always said something we can help with. They said, well, I was hoping I could do it as a single person. It looks like everyone's married. Or I was hoping I could do it at night. Or I was hoping I could, part-time. Because they just draw a different conclusion from what was presented in the video. And so I wasn't so uptight about how good is the video. The only thing that, just my personal preference, I don't like, I don't know, I should probably know if you guys do this or not, but I'm not a big fan of sending like I send a 32-second teaser video. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather send a video that has some, at least enough where they can make a decision. I know there's like a trend now where, it's like videos are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And now we're just sending, it's like, hello. And hey, did you watch that? To me, it doesn't make sense. I want to send them something that at least gives them a little bit of meat so they can make a possible decision. But if they watch it, I'm going to fall back on what we're hoping to see. And a lot of times that conversation that happens right there, that's how I get them on board. Is just saying, oh yeah, we got plenty of people doing that. We got plenty of people do it part-time. Most of my people do it part-time. Yeah, come on, I'll show you how. Here's another example of position. This will be helpful too. So I had this lady, Amy. She used to be an executive for HBO. She was out in, I assume, Los Angeles, I guess. And she gets me on with a talent, this lady that owned a talent agency that served actors and actresses. And so she made a very fatal mistake. She didn't edify me. She edified the prospect. Always a bad idea. And so she was like, Ray, this is whatever. Barbara. This is Barbara. She owns the biggest talent agency in Hollywood, and everyone knows her, and she's amazing, and it's incredible. She's, she's got a huge business, and blah, 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 blah. And Barbara, here's Ray. That was my introduction. Here's Ray. And so I'm just a little guy with little arms, right? I'm like, hey, baby, right? And so Barbara.
Oh my God, did he just say that? A fatal mistake. Not edifying him, but edifying the person he's about to talk to. What? Part-time is not 16 hours a day. Part-time is not acceptable to him. Lies. I know. Yeah. he just said she made a fatal mistake by not edifying me, but edifying the person we're talking to. What? I mean, like, I understand that, you know, he needs to look like you don't. I think it's weird to make him. Sorry, I'm playing with slime and it just popped in my face. Think he's all. He doesn't get what edifying means. He's like, she made a fatal mistake by edifying the other person instead of edifying me. I'm like, homeboy, what? You really have to be that awesome? Y'all, I'm looking up exactly what edify means. To instruct and improve, especially in moral and religious knowledge. Uplift, and lighten. Oh no, not my stomach. Oh, okay, we're good. Inform. Okay, yeah, no, he doesn't know what edify means. Neither did I, though, to be honest. Well, I did, but not exactly. But I think it's so weird that he was like, his wording, she made a fatal mistake. I think it's acknowledged, yeah. I really want to hear it. Hold on, did I just remove it? Okay, there we go.
I like my company video.
Okay, so no, I really want to hear that again. Okay. Because I'm shocked. Okay.
Can't move forward. I fall back on position. Okay. So I'm gonna give you one scenario, one example.
This is the one. Okay, hold on. Let me back up just a little bit because I have to rehear that. I'm shocked.
Actors and actresses. And so she made a very fatal mistake. She didn't edify me. She edified the prospect. Always a bad idea. And so she was like, Ray, this is whatever. Barbara. This is Barbara. She owns the biggest talent agency in Hollywood, and everyone knows her, and she's amazing. And it's incredible. She's, she's got a huge business, and blah. And Barbara, here's Ray. That was my introduction. Here's Ray. And so I'm just a little guy with little arms, right? I mean,
first off, pause story. This is the best. Look at him. Second, I'm just a little guy with little arms. Just because someone didn't hype you up, guess what? She probably is 10 times better, more successful, and cooler than Ray is. No one knows or cares about top leaders in MLMs. But people like her and what she does, that's different. Yeah, exactly, Rachel. LOL, bad idea. LOL, she's actually more important than you. Yes. Not only that, but always a big mistake. I wonder if he knows what manipulate means. He probably throws up at that word because we say that they do it all the time, which they do. Pause story, peekaboo. That's funny. You say I'm not the best. He's like throwing a fit. Rose, is that your cat? Oh my gosh, Patricia, is that your cat? Okay, let me see. Pause story. I'm a little lad who loves scamming and schemes. It's perfect. I read it that way, but I don't know. I want to say I'm shocked, but I'm not. I'm shocked that he would say that to this big. I'm not shocked. I wasn't ready. I think I just wasn't ready. It's not surprising that he would say something like that. Full-blown tantrum. Wow. Yes, he is highly upset about that.
Hey, baby. Right. And so Barbara, of course, she takes on the persona of the big dog. Right. So she goes, hello. She even had this like resonance in her voice. Hello, little Ray. Right. She didn't say little, but she might as well have. I'm like, hey, I'm down here. Hello, down there, little home business guy. Right. And so that's just how she showed up. She's like, hello, Ray. But she said, I told Amy I'd look at her little home business. How are you doing? I swear to God, that was her line. Hello, Ray. I told Amy I would look at her little home business. How are you today? That's what she said to me. So I'm like this, right? And so this is like from Star Wars, right? She had the high ground, right? I can't recruit her if she's got the high ground, right? She got the high ground. You just can't recruit like that, right? You can't, they're way too important, right? You're going to be fighting an uphill battle. So I have to even it. I get even it, and I get annoyed easily. So I want to even it as fast.
He just said I get annoyed easily. No way, Ray. We couldn't tell. Didn't notice. Dude, he's got a Napoleon complex or something. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I completely agree. Like, he feels personally attacked by this woman that did not edify him, the word that he used, but talked about this big dog in a big dog industry and how much of a big dog she is, you know, in the industry, which she she probably is. He just said, I get annoyed easily. So, bro, we know. Yes, because the woman who clearly is performing wonderful in her career in Hollywood would want to join your pyramid scheme, right? It's no one's responsibility to make you feel like a big man. Right. It is not that person's responsibility to talk up Ray Ray. Jeez. Imagine how big his ego is. I bet he can't even. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm just going to press play.
As possible. Okay. And so I use position, right? Well, I guess a combination of posture and position. Okay. So in the absence of progress, I fall back on position. What position am I in? She's on the call. And so I used that. I used posture and position. And so I said, you know, I'm down here. I said, well, I guess I'm a little confused. If your business is so good, why are we on this call?
Oh my God. Why was it quiet during that time? Because I was literally shocked. And I also forgot to unpause myself. Look at his smile. Oh my, if your business is so big and cool, then why are we on this call? You freaking bunghole. She's on this call because her friend probably was like, hey, you know, I would just love to tell you about it, get some practice and, you know, talking about it, right? He is such a butt. Listen, I would call him like cuss words and stuff, but some weirdos would try to cancel me, so I don't want to do that. But oh my God, could he possibly look any more smug? Like, that is such an absolutely rude thing. Monica said, it feels like those guys who buy big trucks because they're compensating for something. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he drives a big truck with a step. Listen, his ego is so big. I don't know where he puts it. He needs a merce. He needs a man purse to carry the rest of it around in. He couldn't fit it all in his body. He needs a merce. Man purse. We love and respect man purses. Totally love and respect it. He needs one to carry the rest of his ego in. Pause story. Quagmire. All right. Pause story. I think I just showed up a smart and powerful woman with my BS. Gosh. Pause story. I just blew a massive fart. That's so funny. Listen, this guy just said the rudest thing I've ever heard him say, which is wild because he says a lot of rude things. Just imagine being on that call. Pause story. This is the face women have to go to therapy to get over. True. Natasha, here, pause story. Here comes a smolder. This is kind of an off day for me. This doesn't normally happen. Like the idea that not the idea. He literally looked at this woman and said, if your business is so big and awesome, then why are we on this call? What? So you insult her. Could you imagine how the person his downline feels? He insults this powerful woman in business, and he probably feels like he is inferior to her, and so he's trying to make her feel bad, make her feel like she's not being successful. He's being so misogynistic because he feels less than a woman in this, right? He feels less than. He's so, like, the little man syndrome that people talk about, right? Like, what was it? The Napoleon, that was it. The Napoleon complex. Like, that he has to, like, sorry, I just popped my, my slime. The strength of Barbara not to smack him right then and there. I just am so in awe about how manipulative and how grossly offended he is by the fact that there is a more powerful, more successful person on a call with him, and he feels belittled because of it. Because she just breathes and lives her life, and he feels like a little man because of it. And so he decides to make her feel little by offending her, by using misogynistic tendencies that he has, because he absolutely does, to make her feel little and not as successful as this woman actually is. It is nasty, Ray. The insecurity is just screaming from every cell in his body. Yeah, he's literally one of the most insecure men I've ever seen in my entire life. And he just needs her to join. Yeah. Oh. Ew, stop.
And so, and she says, she goes, well, clear to the throat. Well, the business has changed a lot over the years. And
Ray, I don't believe that this what you're saying at all. Also, she probably cleared her throat because you offended her and she didn't expect to get offended today. JJ in the chat on screen. I'm not in the chat, I swear. Read Paul's definition of position. Paul Kemp, position. Knowledge of where is the prospect. I don't know their level of desire. Level 0. Are they open to the product? The idea is number 1 in the absence of progress. Fall back on position. Yes. I'll insult her. That'll make her want to join. Yeah. Kenzie. It's giving insecure. Yes. Yes. Gotta love that most of this call so far has been talking about himself. Wasn't this a training call, Ray? Right? Also, ew, I don't want to watch him talk like this because I know he's lying.
I've lost a few clients and, it's gotten a little tougher out here. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Now we can have a conversation. I can't have a conversation like this. It's just a waste of friggin' time. And so like now we can.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. He can't have a conversation that he's not in control of. His fragile ego cannot have a conversation that he is not in control of. Absolutely wild. Oh, absolutely wild to me.
We can have a conversation. So we had a conversation. She joined. The Alabama guy joined too. And so this is understanding position is one of your most valuable assets. It will have you stop getting tripped up by things that you don't need to be tripped up. For example, if you're trying to close someone who has told you they're not open, you're toxic and you're frustrated. Stop doing that. So there were people that I prospected. Hey man, I'm doing this thing. It's pretty cool. You open and take a look at it? No. Okay, great. All right. Go golds, right? Good luck. And we would remain friends. I had some of my closest friends tell me no, it's fine. And so pipeline, posture, position leads us to perspective. Now perspective, the two primaries are pipeline and perspective. Okay. Now I have learned now I know that majority of us, possibly all of us, can't have perspective without pipeline. Okay. You can't just be the super positive thinker, never talk to a soul and have a thriving business. Now, have certain yogis achieved that? Have certain monks achieved that? Oh, maybe. I think probably.
Yes. Natasha said, Shannon's comment though, shout out to Shannon DeSanzo. No, people's perspective is through their life experiences. You have to relate. I mean, she's saying like, act like you relate to them. But yeah, she's right. Good for her. Good for her. Paul Kemp, perspective. Where you spend the majority of your time in your mind. Got it. Ha, sure, Ray. You handle being told no like a true adult and can just let it go. Oh, I love it because there's no way. There's no way. The mental gymnastics is insane, right? Especially when you've been here with me and Aaron and others and have watched him throughout the past year, right? You've watched him and he's saying this and you go, Ray, literally what? There's no, it's wild. It's wild to see. Felicity, hello. Let's see. You can have perspective without pipeline, right? So weird. Ray's triggering. Oh, I'm sorry, Patricia. If it is triggering, you do not have to watch. I know that it can be quite triggering. This guy is so all over the place. Yeah, he's really just pulling it out of his butt as he goes. Outside of context of MLM, of course. Yeah. I highly doubt he kept people who told him no as friends. I was thinking that too, the eclectic mama. I just don't think that if you left his team, he probably wouldn't stay your friend unless you became a coach or something, Even his Zoom chat is over his crap. Yes. Yeah. Backhanded tongue. Did y'all see those comments? Jeez. Well, damn, hit her with the burn. Yeah, no, don't do that, actually. A literal man-child. Yes, Felicity. Yes. I'm getting a whole lot of nothing. I just love Jennifer. Has anyone ever told this man that he isn't the center of the universe? Yes, Holly, and apparently he doesn't like it. I wouldn't want to be there to see that. Love how he's questioning whether a monk or a yogi has reached enlightenment or peace. Bro, you won't know because you haven't gotten there yet, right? He switches his position based on his audience. Yes, yes. What the hell is the pipeline? Some BS he made up in his head. Pause story there, listening to my lies. True.
That some people can manifest out of thin air. Never, it's crazy. I'm not there yet. Working on it. And so you can't just have perspective, no pipeline, build a business. But I've also learned the tougher reality that is you can't have great pipeline with a bad perspective and build a large business. I used to think that you could outwork your perspective, that you could outwork your mindset, that if you had a terrible mindset, if you just talk to more people, make it happen, man. And the truth is I've been proved wrong too many times. I've met people that have literally prospected 30, 40, 50 people a day for years. And you're like, and how big's your team? You have four on the team? Wow. Okay. And so I've learned that you can't have even with a humongous pipeline, you're talking to people every single day, you're following up every single day, you're sending videos every single day. If there's something with your perspective, then you're going to really limit your potential. You're really going to limit what results you get. And so what's perspective? Perspective is where you spend the majority of your time in your mind. And this is not, some people will say, well, I do affirmations. Well, okay, you do affirmations for 4 minutes in the morning, then you complain about your coffee, then you complain about the bacon, then you complain about the traffic, then you complain about your spouse, then you complain about these darn shoes, and you complain about, how she has a prettier purse than yours, and then you can.
Ray's talking about people complaining. You know what else is like bad? First off, you can complain. It's not bad. Like, obviously don't make it your identity, but I think complaining is not always bad. It's kind of like, venting a little bit. Like, I don't think venting is bad either. But for someone to literally put people down to make themselves feel better, I might call that bad. Right? Like, what did he say? A bad, not mindset, but kind of like your mindset. If you have to put people down to make yourself feel better, like he just did, I would say that's not such a good mindset. Right? Not such a good one, Ray. So while you're sitting here talking about mindset, maybe you need to check yours at the door and figure out what's going on with it. Because a woman who's more successful than you scares you. You have to hurt her feelings, make her feel bad about herself so that you can feel better about yourself. That sounds like a you problem, and it doesn't sound so positive to me, Ray. Come on, bro. So crappy. How is the chat over this? Looks like they're into it. Some of them are over it. Definitely. But some of them are into it. Pipeline is like having tunnel vision. You see nothing except what's in front of you. If you get blindsided, it's not your fault. Yeah, right. But he's allowed to complain because he's Ray. Yes. So now it's the perspective that's keeping people from being successful, not the scam. Your toxic behavior. None of that. Yeah, of course it is. It's never him. Stop with the word salad, Ray. Yes, exactly. Here we go with mindset. Do you think that my perspective that Ray is a scammer is going to limit me? Even though y'all are saying Ray, or some people say Ray, I just say Ray anyway. Monica said, but he complained about the lady. He is the first one that complains. Yes.
Complain about how come her business is larger than you complain about, right? And so actually 99% of your day is spent complaining. That's your perspective. Not that you did your, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a millionaire, but you don't believe anyway. And so there are very specific things to perspective that can grossly alter the speed at which you acquire, the speed at which you manifest. And so there are subcategory, really 4 keys to.
So Ray might be catchy to some, but because I've watched so many of these MLM coaches, I just don't think he's catchy at all. And that's because I've seen some MLM coaches who are way catchier and like even better, you know, like, oh shoot, I always forget his name. Why do I forget his name? Hold on. I always forget his name. He's got an accent. He's a white dude with glasses. Blondish, brownish hair? Network marketing. That's kind of what he says. Network marketing. If I look up the hashtag, I feel like I'll find him. Anyone want to help me? Can you think of it? I cannot believe I'm forgetting his name. Now I'm gonna like be like, what? The British guy, Brooks. Thank you all, Fraser Brooks. So Fraser Brooks, let me tell you about him. He is catchy. Now, some of the things he does, I'm just like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing because it's so like dumb. But he is so catchy. Have y'all seen him? Like the way he does things, I'm like, bro. But it's because he like grew up doing those things. You know what I mean? I can't believe y'all are good. Y'all got him real quick. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know why I forget his name all the time.
Having a magical perspective. 4 keys. Number 1, decide what you want. Decide. And for some, that's difficult. Like some people, I'll say, hey, what is it that you want? And they'll say, well, I don't want to be stressed out, and I don't want to be in this dumb house, and I don't want to be, right? I'm like, okay, what do you want? Have you even thought about it?
I just don't believe for a second that that's how people react to him and tell him stuff like that. Like, he always puts this emphasis when talking like them that they are pitiful, sad, like complainy bleh, people. It's like, no, they probably weren't like that. He's probably just doing that for dramatic effect, and it's gross.
And this is a sad reality for some people. You know, we do some work with the foster care system, and you know, my very good friend, I help her run fundraisers, and she's just amazing. I basically give her free coaching, but she's the top lead psychologist and runs the top company that serves the foster care systems in like 3 counties, maybe 4 now in Florida. And so she sees some stuff. And last Christmas, we bought we had made 800 toys for kids under 10 that just weren't going to get anything for Christmas. And so we delivered some of them, not all of them, but we took our kids on a delivery to a foster home. There's like 11 kids in this, you know, fairly, you know, not great small house, and just to see their gratitude, it was just amazing. I wanted my kids to see that. And just to see, you know, this you know 3-year-old girl just hugging this thing, and she's just holding it. It was so precious to her. I'm gonna get choked up if I talk about that anymore, so we're gonna stop. And so decide what you want. But when we went to this one foster home, and it was mainly teenagers, and you know, I think it was ranging from 8 to maybe maybe 12 or 13. I don't know. No, there were some older kids, 8 to maybe 15. And we asked them. We said, hey, you know, and they'd been there a while. You know, some of their parents could have gotten them back because they were placed there from domestic abuse or whatever. And they've been taken back. Pretty sad. Some good kids. Parents literally could get them back, not taken them back. And so we asked them, what is it that you want? And they looked at us like we were nuts. They're like, what do you mean? Like, you know, what would you like? You know, what do you want? Like, what would make your time here better? And they're kind of looking at each other. And it was really, like you can't cry in front of them, right? But you wanted to cry. Like my heart was literally breaking. And one of them piped up eventually and said, I guess some more board games. And I so wanted to like just burst out crying, man, because you know I wasn't in foster care, but I grew up in a very, very abusive home, and so
So I think there's something weird going on here where he is like trying to show his redeeming qualities after being such a butthole, right? Because some people didn't like what he said in the chat. But he's trying to show some redeeming qualities of himself, like that he feels empathy and sympathy and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, Ray, you were literally just so disrespectful and misogynistic just like 3 minutes ago, right? It's gross how that happens.
I get that. Where you're in survival, you really want love, you want connection, you want your parents. You're not thinking about toys like my daughter spends every waking moment thinking. And so identify, what do you want? Number 2, which this will bring the pipeline in, you do have to do the work because you have to logically believe that you're on the path to get that. That's why most people, they very misunderstand law of attraction, and they really don't understand that at all. And if you're, you know, for the majority of people, if you're not doing the work, there's going to be a piece of you that just will never believe that you'll get what you want. And so you do have to do the work. Okay. So decide what you want, do the work, pipeline, right? Number 3, this is the gotcha. This is the one that stops 99% of people. You have to stop noticing your missteps. You have to stop dwelling upon, sharing, getting around your girlfriends and talking all about that shit that you don't like.
In other words, he says you have to stop looking at the red flags. That's what I'm picking up. You got to stop looking at the red flags. Just throw them out. Color them green. Also, Celia, what does this have to do with MLMs? Exactly. Nothing. Like, what? So, yeah. Too little, too late. Yeah. Okay, I see the segue. Yeah. This is why I hate Zoom calls and MLMs. It's a business talk about the... not in the sob story that has nothing. Yeah, it's a business talk. It's not like about the sob story. It has nothing to do with making money. He just adds that in. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So foster kids aren't manifesting hard enough. Jesus fucking Christ, Ray. Positive vibes doesn't pay the bills, Ray. Yes, yes. Why do these gurus always talk about childhood and kids? It's so weird. I mean, yeah.
All the stuff you don't like. Okay. That's the hardest. That's the hardest because we use our senses to define our reality so much so that it stays our reality, right? And you know, one of my mentors and friends, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he says your personality creates your personal reality. And you know, and I'm very blessed. He's speaking at our event next month. He's incredible. And so he says your personality creates your personal reality, and your personality is made of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. Most people try to change what's outside of them without changing what's inside of them. And that will never work. It literally chemically will never work. Because as you think, that creates and limits or expands your choices. Okay. This is from neuroscience.
Jennifer, he talked about, so in the first part, it's funny that you mentioned that because he talked about living on his friend's couch, right? They all mentioned that absolutely.
Okay, so as you think, these neurological networks are firing and wiring, and as you believe them, as you verify them, as you find more proof that they are true, that goes from the neocortex to the limbic brain. The chemical brain creates the neurotransmitter that creates the neuropeptides that communicate to the adrenal glands that create the emotion of anger, the emotion of injustice, the emotion of envy, the whatever, right? And so that chemical is created, hits the adrenal glands, creates the emotion, communicates back to the neocortex and says, this is how we're feeling. This is how we're feeling. And so that creates more corresponding thoughts of, oh, we're feeling that way. Oh, let me think corresponding thoughts. And so now you're thinking and feeling and thinking. It's a loop. Okay. And so we walk around and 90% of our thoughts are the same every single day. And so we're just noticing all the same stuff over and over and over. Yeah, he still didn't take out the trash. Yep, she didn't sign up either. Yep, they're going to reject me. And so we're just constantly noticing. And so
again, he's like, don't look at the red flags. Don't look at the red flags. It's like, you can look at the red flags. They're important. Ray glitch, yeah. Sources, right. Cite your sources. Come on, dude. Like, no. Also, relevance, right? Objection, relevance. Just gonna start objecting in the middle of this. Just wait for a shameless plug at the end. Oh no. Oh yes, Jamie, you're so right. He does that. I've noticed that he does that on all of his trainings, no matter what it is, no matter what. He's like, join rank makers. Blah, 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 blah. This is just thinking, right? Yeah. If I were Elomir, I would never let him train again. There's that 90% again. They're so funny.
The key is for you to stop noticing the things in your life you don't like. Now, I purposely call it missteps for a reason, and I'll share that with you here in a second. Number 4 is what most people never do, but this one's actually easy. It's easier to do than number 3. Number 3 is the killer. Number 3 is where most people say, yeah, Ray, but you don't understand. Yeah, you're not married to this guy, right? Or yeah, but you're not in my situation. Well, I mean, I was $1 million in debt and in foreclosure and sleeping on my buddy's couch. So I mean, I've been in some bad situations, not all of them, right? And just a recap of the 4 components of perspective: decide what you want, do the work, stop noticing your missteps. That's the tough one. Okay. Number 4, mental rehearsal. If there's a goal in your life and you're not mentally rehearsing you being in that, then you're greatly missing out on the speed quotient. You're greatly missing out. So there's so much proof of this. You listen to an Olympic athlete, majority of them, you'll catch in an interview how they saw that as a kid. They've been practicing that as a kid in their mind. They've been mentally rehearsing winning that gold, standing on that stadium, getting the applause, getting the love, getting on the magazines, right? They've been mentally rehearsing this for a long time. And so what do they mentally rehearse? Worse, right? Worse situations, right? They mentally rehearse the bad stuff. Okay. There's a fun study that I learned from Dr. Joe. They did this study with this, they call it the piano study. And so they took, I'm just going to shorten it here, but mainly 2 groups. And one group, they provided with a piano, had them practice 15 minutes a day. The other group, they told and they taught them some basics, right? Both groups, they taught some basics. One group, they provide piano, said, hey, practice every day, 15 minutes. Other group, hey, I want you to practice in your head. Like, do not touch a piano, practice in your head. So when they did brain scans, both brain scans in the specific regions that have to do with kinesthetic of touching piano keys and whatever else were identical. And the group that did play the piano every day improved by 23%. The group that never touched a piano, did it in their mind, improved by 21%. And so when I heard that, I was like, man, where can I apply that? Like, what can I do? Right. And so I want you to think, and we'll hopefully I'm okay. Am I okay? Go a few minutes over. Okay. And so I want you to think of 2 scenarios in your life. Scenario number 1 is, what's something you wanted to change in your life and you were successful at? Okay.
I'm seeing all the comments like, what is he talking about? Like, Jennifer, like, WTF is he talking about? Right. I thought I was the only one feeling that way. I'm glad I'm not. I'm like, what are you babbling? Yes, Monica, babbling about. Oh, whoops. Wait a minute. There you are. What are you babbling about? Like, I'm like, right. What? I feel like he just didn't plan it. I feel like he didn't plan it and it kind of backfired on him. So I swear he does the same training for everything. I've heard him say this story and all others before. Yeah. Where's the point, Ray? Exactly. Like there isn't. It's like a word salad. Go figure, people who actually practice improve more. This is new. Also, you mentally practice, but you still have to actually practice eventually. Yeah.
So you decided you wanted to lose weight, or you wanted a better relationship, or you wanted to, recruit, you want to make some money, or whatever, personal life, work life, whatever. So something in your life you wanted to change and you changed it. And then I want you to think of something that you wanted to change, didn't change.
Hey, Shelby.
Okay. So you were unsuccessful at changing. You wanted to change it, didn't change. And so I'll share some examples with you. I'll share my two examples that I use. So I'll share the one where I didn't change. Okay. I had this big idea. I was going to learn hip hop dance. And I saw it, man. Like Jess and I were going to, we'd be at a wedding and just randomly I would just bust it out and just and people would form a circle around me and be like, what, right? It was going to be crazy. We'd be at a club and all of a sudden I'd just bust it out, right? And so what do I do, right? I buy a course, right? I buy a 14-day course. It was $27. And, I'm in my office here. I look around the corner, make sure she's not around. All right, shut the door, lock the door, put it on. Okay. And so I watched day 1. I'm like, day 1. Yeah, man. Oh, this is going to be awesome, man. Day 2. That was a little tough. I'm not sure, like, how did he do that? I don't know. But I got through it. Day 3, I'm like, oh man, I don't know how to do this. Like, I watch it over and over and over. Day 4, I rewatch day 3. Day 5, I rewatch day 3. I'm not getting it. Day 6, I take the day off. Day 7, day off. Day 8, day 9, I come back, watch day 3.
OMG, Holly says, he sounds like he's trying to reach a word count for a college essay. Sure does. How about you stop talking finally? So funny. Yep, Tyler heard this story before. Yeah, absolutely. He made me put the hat I'm making down. Yeah, he mentally rehearsing. Yeah, mentally rehearsing losing weight doesn't work. I'll take things that didn't happen for 500, Alex. More dancing from Ray Ray. Dang, he finally figured out he can just say the same stories interchangeably and get paid because they are somewhat motivational. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Hey, honey, what? No, that's fine. Thank you so much.
The rest, you know what? Not that important. No big deal. I don't need to learn hip hop dance. That was stupid. Okay. And so how many show up that way? Right. I showed up that way. And so I showed up that way, and that's how it went, right? Thus the end of my hip hop career, right? Never to blossom, never to flourish, never to get that circle around me with the hip hop, right? Whatever. So what's an example of something that did change? Well, what's that? Oh, so last year was our 10-year anniversary. And so I decided that, you know what, I want to do something different. I want to do something special. And so just so happens to also be about dance. But I decided I'm going to buy ballroom dance lessons for her and I, right? The two of us. And so, we got little kids, we're both busy, date night every once in a while, right? And so I'm going to get ballroom dance lessons. It'd be nice. And so I don't know where it's going to go, but we do it. And so I start going to these lessons, and I'm terrible. I mean, I'm bad, man. Like they're like, Ray, do you hear the rhythm? It goes doom da da doom. It's like a downbeat. That's when you right. I'm like Frankenstein out there just stomping around, just haphazardly to no beat. And it just makes no sense. And they even asked me, I swear they asked me this, and they said, Ray, were you in an accident or something? Like, are your hips immobile? Do they move? Like, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm terrible. I'm literally terrible. And I'm not making that up. 4 months in, okay. I was just think about the examples here. 4 months in, I'm going to 2 classes a week, right? And these are like not hour, but like 45-minute classes. I'm going to 2 45-minute classes a week, 4 months in.
Ray, I do not care about your dancing lessons. I'd rather like hear a screeching owl than hear this story. I don't care. Like Silas said, get to the point, Ray. The point. I feel like the point is not even there. I feel like there's not even one. But let's hope to God there's something.
There's a new student that came in early, and he was lacing up his shoes and he's watching, and he rushes over when we finish to me and my wife and says, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I came. I feel so much better." I'm like, thanks. Thank you. Right. Because my wife is amazing. Right. So she would dance with me like Frankenstein, and then she would dance with the instructor and be like, she'd fly into the air, and it's just amazing. Right. And people would be like, oh, she's incredible. And then she'd dance with me and fire. And so, but that kick in the teeth, which it hurt my feelings. And I'm like, man, I've been at this 4 months and it plus it cost a fortune. Anyone ever do ballroom dancing? Cost a fortune, right? I buy these dresses, they're, her dresses with $3,000 or whatever. Like, you're spending all this kind of money. It's crazy. And so that night I go home and I'm like, I know all this stuff about mindset, but I'm not using any of it. I'm just showing up every day, and I'm just like, I'm not really good at dance, and I'm willing to forget, right? And so I'm just this wimpy wuss, like, this is just how I am. And so that night, everything changed. Every night, I started seeing myself in my imagination being a good dancer. And so I asked myself 2 questions. How would it feel? How would it feel for me to be a good dancer? I'd feel confident, and I saw myself gliding across the floor, just killing it, right? How would I know it's true? Well, if it were true, people would compliment me. So I started seeing people in my life like see me dancing and start complimenting me. I saw my dance instructor say something. I saw my dance studio owner say something. And so I started seeing this. And I go in, and guess what? I still suck.
Yes, Taylor.
But I stopped noticing my missteps. I stopped paying attention. I stopped dwelling upon, oh my God, I've learned that a million times. How come I'm still doing it? And so fast forward 6 months. We come in first place in our division in 2 different dances at an international competition in Miami. And the instructors say to me, they're like, dude, we got to be honest, like, you weren't improving.
Literally, did you just take Dirty Dancing? Did you just take the storyline? I don't know. That's funny, modest hermit. So, congratulations. I don't know. Pause story. Rose said, this is whack. This is not how you become a good dancer as someone who cannot dance. Let me see. Ray, are you complaining? Right? Yes, he was. Source. Just throw out source. Word, they're fur. Does this have to do with business or Elomir or business in general? It doesn't. It doesn't. He just wants to talk up himself. I don't know, but I feel like this story is greatly exaggerated or tailored for this. Too many words and details. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Right, were you listening at all? The hip hop thing was, yeah. Set it off then, yeah. Show us some dancing, Ray. Pro about pause story. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Yeah, that's literally what's going on right now.
It was just like you just weren't improving, and then one day you just you just like skyrocketed. All of a sudden, you got way better, way faster. It was amazing. That must have been the day you started practicing at home. Kinda. I didn't increase my pipeline. I was still doing 2 classes a week. I didn't go to 3. I didn't go to 4. I didn't practice at home, but I spent about 2 minutes a day doing mental rehearsal in my head, and I stopped noticing my missteps. Those were the 2 things. I didn't change for you. How many people am I prospecting? How many people am I reaching out to, following up with, setting appointments with? I didn't change any of that. I was still doing 2 classes a week. I didn't watch additional videos. I didn't practice at home. Spent a couple minutes a night, mental rehearsal, and I stopped noticing all the crap that was in that scenario that I didn't want. And that had me become a champion. And so what was the difference between the 2? Okay. 1, quit easy. Didn't have a coach. Didn't have anyone I could turn to. Hey, this video 3, man, it's not making any sense. Right. The other showed up when he didn't feel like it. I mean, there were many days.
Heather, great question. I love it. How come every time MLM reps or coaches compare something else to MLM, it never makes sense? Because if they compared something to MLM that made sense, it would look like a scam. I think this is like, it's perfect question. I feel like everyone asks this because it's so true. It's like, literally what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, this makes no sense. Then he's trying really, really hard to make it make sense, but it's not making sense. What the heck is the chat in the video saying thank you for the waste of time? I think it's like the chat is like not being updated live while watching the video. It's like already done, right? This video is done. So the chat's just like showing everything, even if it was later in the video. If that makes sense. Because that's when the video ends, is like 1:17, I think. Dance class pipeline? Increase my pipeline. Bro. There's no way you told a real dance teacher you practiced in your head and they just sat there and listened. Yeah, no. What? No. That literally is not how the brain works. Is this dance class an allegory? Listen, I don't know what's going on. If MLM coaches compared the way they want people to think to real life successes, they'd be comparing it to successful cults. Ooh, yeah. You can mentally visualize the moves, but you still got to actually practice in real life, right? Yes. Did he even ask for help? He's not going to tell you that. Yeah. Oh, it was a small clip. So apparently Julie Anderson has a Ray dancing for like half a second, probably more than half a second, but it was a short clip, like what Monica does in one of her videos. Julie Anderson was in Rank Makers for a long time. She was like one of his big leaders and stuff. She got out. She now does multi-level marketing content, and I highly recommend going and subscribing to her YouTube. She's amazing. Also her TikTok.
I had a rough day at work, or someone had quit, or I had to fire
and
somebody,
her Instagram.
or something like that. And I'm showing up, and I'm just like in my head, I'm just like, I don't want to be here, but I'm going to do it anyway. And so it's doing the work when you don't feel like it. It's showing up no matter what. It's learning from others. It's not noticing your missteps. It's mental rehearsal. It's doing the work. And that is the difference, right? And this is, people have to understand this, man. The more time you spend noticing what you don't like, that is what you're going to get more of. That's going to expand. That's what's going to get all of your energy and attention. And so those are the 4 P's, right? Pipeline, posture, position, perspective. Perspective is your speed quotient. That's what will take your same pipeline, make it produce a whole lot more. And so that's why I'm so adamant on teaching that and giving you examples, demonstrating and sharing maybe some fun stuff with you. We do have, if you like this kind of stuff, we do have our 3-day event next month in Orlando in October 27th to 29th. We do have some in-person tickets left. I did put together a discount for those that may want to come. You can watch online. We have a silly deal to watch online. You can, watch it. I discounted it for this group. You can literally watch online for $27, which is ridiculous. And there's other upgrades. There's upgrades available if you want, more bells and whistles. We have a few options to come in person as well. We have Dr. Joe Dispenza, one of my mentors and someone I'm so grateful for. We have Russell Brunson. We now have 3 8-figure-a-year earners coming. And this is a generic event. No one can say their company. There are no company names talked about. But we have a lot of rock stars coming. And I'll just drop the link and I'll roll it back to you, Michael.
Thank you very much, Ray.
Dude, he tucked and dodged out of that training so hardcore because he didn't know it. I feel like at the ending was just a mess. Rose said, I feel like this is a conclusion I'd write at the end of my middle school essays trying to connect my talking points. There it is, a shameful plug. What does it mean, though? What does it mean, Ray? The pitch, yeah. It is ridiculous to charge that much. Yes, Emin, exactly. Also, this guy has a big YouTube, and now he's an MLM scamming people. So, Michael Mansell, that's a bunch of BS.
I really appreciate that. It's one of the things that I teach a lot in my team is posture, but when you combine it with the pipeline, the position, the perspective, it really brings it full circle to where posture falls in the whole presence of how you show up, not only like for other people, which we all think is the most important, but to your point, it's how we show up for ourselves first in our own mind before we ever experience the yeses that we want to hear and the no's that we should be hearing to get to those yeses. So I love how you broke that down into those 4 very distinct categories.
Yeah, and that's what you'll notice. And I did put the link, but the link is Higdon Group. It's my last name, higdongroup.com/transform. And that's a special link. If you go to the regular link, you're just going to pay more money. So why would you do that? So higdongroup.com/transform. And yeah, what I noticed is every top recruiter I've ever met has posture. There is no top recruiter without posture. I've never met one. There's just kind of like, hampered by objections and like, every top recruiter I've ever met has posture.
Yeah. And I've also seen some people that reach a higher status in a company that have a certain level of posture, but it's almost been formed through the courses that they've gone through. And then there's other people that have like taken the fast track there because they've chosen their posture rather than just kind of created a posture as they've tried to do the hard, long road. You know what I mean? Like
it's a learnable skill.
Yeah,
I had to learn it.
Hey, Eve Astrology.
When you first witness posture, like, oh dang, like some people on here when I shared some of my, some of how I replied, they were like, and so that's it is a learnable skill, like everything.
Yeah, they were like, oh dang, when you were a literal a-hole to a very successful woman and your misogyny literally seeped out of your pores. Nasty. Okay, yeah. I'm done. There's nothing else. There's nothing. I don't want to continue to hear his word salad. He's making no sense. He's rambling. He's having a moment, and we're going to let him do it without watching. So I'm just going to spew a bunch of toxic positivity and mindset talk and then plug my own event at the end. Yes, Laura. Yes, Lauren. Absolutely. Yeah, well, my posture is that of a drunken shrimp while I work from my work at home tech job and I still get a paycheck. That's awesome. I just keep forgetting what company this training was for. Thanks, Elomir. Someone learned to say posture. I know. It's so ridiculous. Thank y'all so much for watching. Get the fuck off here. Complete another BS. I hope you're talking about Ray. I think you are. You got to ramble when you love nothing to... You got to ramble when you have nothing to say. Shrug. Yes, absolutely. I feel like a couple people mentioned this kind of thing. It's like you're trying to get your word count of your essay. You got done, but you have 300 words left and you just got to figure out how to add them in, So I think that was hilarious. I've learned more about how much I love this channel. Oh, Rachel, you're so nice. And not being in an MLM. Thank you, Rachel. Also, I'm going to plug now. You can be a member if you want to my channel. I think it's like 99 cents. I think there's like 4 options. And yeah, y'all are the best. Thanks for watching. For real. I hope that, I was able to distract some people who needed it and, give some comfort to those who didn't and just kind of like, have a nice time together, right? Make sure people don't feel as alone and hopefully there's some education in it. Ray, of course. I thought so. I learned more about Elomir from you guys than from the supposed experts, right? The 4 P's except actual P, which is all of this, which is what all this is worth. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Y'all are so great. Plug, girly. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, go ahead and do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want. And I think y'all are awesome. I will be having videos normally now come out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday consistently. So thank you for watching those and being a part of this awesome community of people. Y'all are great. And I'm going to get off and go have a restful evening, hopefully. It's been awesome hanging with you tonight. Almost on the project. Yay, Andrew! I love that for you. Y'all are awesome. Good night, Jennifer. Good night, everybody. Sleep well. Get some rest. And don't join an MLM, as my bestie would say. I will see y'all next time.